Hello. I've been experiencing something that might be best described as a repetitive strain injury on this muscle here of my arm, which, looking at it, does seem to have been getting some working out. And so I've traced this. I mean, it's been going on for maybe a couple of months now. Any time I use this muscle or muscle group around here, it feels sore, it feels tender, it feels compromised. And I think this maybe traces back to more than one activity, but a lot of it may have to do with knife use and gripping something while I'm cutting it with the other hand. So whittling is one thing, one example. When I'm whittling, I'm also pushing with this hand, and I think that all gets this involved. But something where I noticed that it was definitely giving me pain is cutting cardboard, and I do a lot of that. And so I grip like this. And especially if you're cutting something like this double-walled cardboard or, wrinkly old cardboard that hangs up and stuff, either you have to try and grip as lightly as possible, and then with great regularity, the thing is going to come out of your hand, or you have to grip it sufficiently hard, it's not going anywhere, which is safer anyway, right? Knife use. So I've been mulling over this, and I figured out a pretty good solution. The pointy stick, right? Something that knife people tend to have lying around. I had a really good little one there, and I don't know where it went, but I got a couple of box cutters here anyway. The Milwaukee compact folder is the regrind, going really well for box cutting. And then this was kind of my dedicated box cutter. This is a Spyderco Delica, I believe. I'm not really that up on the names, but this has a ZDP 189 core Sanmai. ZDP 189 with 420 J2, a match made in heaven. And it was doing really well in the boxes, but it was getting worn down. It wasn't so sharp. And so I've been thinning it out and regrinding on a coarse grit diamond wheel on the Tormek. So it's looking messy now, but it is now very nicely thinned and apple seeded at the edge, and is also cutting nicely. So what I will do is just put a little point on this chopstick and then show you how I figured it out. Wow, that's really cutting. Let's just try this one. Oh, that's really cutting too. This is soft maple, so probably good enough for purpose. So yeah, now I can grip this like that, and it's not a difficult grip. And you notice I planted it all the way down here because I found that if I then rest the medium like this, I can cut up here probably just fine. Maybe I'm a bit far down actually, and a bit too far over this way as well, so I'm going to go in again. Now that's really comfortable. That's a really comfortable grip, and I don't have to grip hard, right? Because there's just a mechanical interference as long as I keep the hook shape there. Oops. Getting into my jam on the camera. This box had some big staples in it, and I whacked them with this a couple of times, so maybe that's why I also could have some unsharpened areas on it. But the cardboard has a kind of almost a honing effect. So if you've got a burr or something, it'll take that up again. And I could come right up close to my knuckles here, which is funny. It's a weird feeling, but as far as I can tell, that is absolutely safe. There's really no way, short of trying pretty hard to cut myself, that I could. I like the little pointy stick I had as lilac wood. It'll probably turn off. Now with these flappy bits, it's a little more complicated. Let's try this Milwaukee, huh? See how this compares to the Spidey. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I need to do some more finishing on that Spyderco actually. It's a bit rough now. But this Milwaukee, with the grind I put on it, if I do say so myself, it's really superlative. I thought that the Hawkbill was possibly the ideal, but I think, you can have the curve at the end can go either way. But having a flat followed by some kind of belly or recurve seems to be a really good way to go. And like I say, this is some pretty sturdy. This is a plow actuator came in this box. Yeah, this is some serious double wall cardboard. It's fun when you're lighting the fire and doing this, and you can land them right in the fire. That's cool. Also, I have a basket, a big old basket I can try and land them in. It's looking pretty full at the moment, the basket. So now I'm just doing it all over the floor. It adds a little bit of time sticking the stick in there, but it totally saves my arm. And on the matter of rehabilitation, it's a challenge if you've got something like this, that is something that you're using every day, and so there's any everyday activity can cause it to become inflamed, re-injured, but at the same time, if you stop using it, it's going to atrophy, it's going to become crippled, it's going to become crystallized in its already compromised state. That's my argument. So it's good for me to find nice therapeutic ways of doing what I would otherwise do. And another thing I'm thinking about is learning to use vices and clamping methods more, and not just doing things, trying to always do things in my hands, standing around just doing it, Thanks for watching.